Hello, my name is Neve. I'm locked in on my self-improvement journey, and my mission is to help as many people as I can to lock in on theirs. So let's get right into it. The topic of this video is how to journal effectively. If you've been exposed to the self-improvement community, by now you've likely heard about how important it is to journal consistently in your day-to-day. But with the massive amount of advice just everywhere, it can be quite daunting to figure out how to start and what to do. I'm here to tell you that there's no need to overcomplicate things, and I'll walk you through my process. Alright, so first things first, there's three things you're gonna need: a pen, paper, and privacy. Privacy because nobody should ever be able to access what you're writing besides yourself. Because if you know that there's gonna be an audience, you're not going to be 100% authentic in your text out of either fear of seeming strange or embarrassment or whatever, you know what I mean? So make sure that you're the only person who will ever be able to look back at your journal. There's no need to share it with other people. And the reason why you want to write it on pencil and paper or pen and paper is because there's literally studies that show that it engages certain parts of your brain. This is actually why they also recommend taking handwritten notes in school. So once you have these three things, pen, paper, and privacy, you can officially get started. Firstly, you need to understand that there's three important kinds of journaling that I incorporate into my life. The first is what we're going to be starting with, gratitude journaling. Gratitude journaling, I like to call it gratitude and goals. Also, keep the date in the, top right corner. I think today is the 4th. So anyway, once you have it like this, you start gratitude journaling. Really simple. Just write 3 lines of something that you're grateful for. And technically, you could write the same 3 things every single day, but the whole point of this exercise is to be more mindful. And if you write the same things every day, you're taking away from that. So just come up with really simple things like, I'm grateful for, my desk, right? And you might be thinking, what does it matter to write that I'm thankful for such trivial things like this? Well, it might be a little cheesy to say, but appreciating the small things in life is what makes you grounded as a person. And another thing that I'll have to emphasize is you want a gratitude journal the very first thing you do after waking up. Like, you roll out of bed, you don't even brush your teeth, don't do anything, just open your journal and start gratitude journaling. And you may be asking, why is it so important to do this? Well, imagine how pleasant it would be to be around somebody who starts his day off by thinking about what they're thankful for and what makes them happy. You can see what I'm trying to say, right? You become a more likable and magnetizing person. So once you've written everything that you're grateful for, we move into the next part of the journaling that you continue immediately after during your morning. This type of journaling is called checklist journaling. And like the name implies, you write a checklist. The first one that I'm going to be making is a morning routine checklist, because again, I'm emphasizing how important it is to start your day off right. You'll write the simple but rewarding tasks that you need to get done, like make bed, skincare, and then maybe start work. That's the most important thing. The last part of your morning routine should always be to start your work, as this is the most productive you can be, and anything else is procrastinating. And I'll go into detail about that in another video, but for now, just trust me, bro. So as you go about your morning routine, you check all of these off. And then you're supposed to make another checklist of all the things you need to get done during the day. And I title this objectives. Now, obviously, there's not a lot of space on the page to be hyper specific with what you want to do. So there'll be some level of vagueness, but you don't want to be too vague because, at the same time, you want to have clarity on what is exactly expected of you. And what I mean by that is, if you just wrote a checkbox like gym, okay, what does that mean? How long am I supposed to work out? How many reps am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to do cardio? how long am I supposed to do cardio for? You get the picture. So, I write gym and then I tag it with like, today is legs and core. And then, I specify I need to stretch. And then I also say that I need to do cardio. And then I write that I have to run for 1 mile. Right? Okay, so now I have enough specificity to where I can go ahead and do the whole thing and check it off. Because if I were to just write gym or just write cardio, I could walk on the treadmill for like 2 minutes and then cope to myself saying like, well, technically I did what I wrote down in my journal, and then you'll just check it off. But the problem with that is that you make a promise to yourself to do something like run 1 mile. And if you don't end up holding your end of the bargain, you lose self-respect for yourself, because deep down in your conscience, you know that you pussied out of doing what you were supposed to be doing. So it's very important to specify and then accomplish exactly what you had in mind. So once you go about your day and you've checked off everything in your morning routine, the last kind of journaling that I need to walk you through is introspective journaling, which, like the name would suggest, is simply just examining your own mind and thoughts at the end of the day. Instead of winding down by watching video games or gooning or doing some fucking stupid shit, you should end it by first reading a book. I recommend that. But secondly, introspecting on your day. And I ask myself 3 simple questions that guide me while I'm thinking. The first question is, what went well today? And that's important to ask yourself, because you deserve to be proud of the good things that you've done. And it's like positive reinforcement in your brain that, oh, I like the fact that I could write down that, I accomplished these things. Let me go do even better the next day. And as you can see, we're like writing stuff for this. So now the next question you have to ask yourself is, what could have gone better? Because obviously these things went bad, but we don't want to just like say that they went bad. We want to say that there's room for improvement, always. And we answer this question in a numeric list, as you can see. I write the first thing and the second thing. Let's just say only 2 things went wrong today. And so the last question that you need to ask would be, what can I do to improve? And this reveals the whole reason why we made question 2 a numeric list, because you reply to each of these and answer how you could have improved what didn't go so well in your day. And then you're basically done. And of course, this is probably common sense, but I want to add that you should just be honest with yourself. And if you forget to do something or fail to do something, just mark it off. Because like I said earlier, only you are going to be seeing this. And it's important that you hold yourself accountable, because that's the only way you're going to make real progress. Also, you don't need to do this daily, but there are going to be certain times where something's weighing on your mind all day and you just need to let it out. The way you process that information, whether it's like some kind of trauma or insecurity, you just introspective journal. So that was all I had to say to you. I wish you the best of luck on your journaling experience or endeavors. I don't know what the fuck to say. But yeah, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.